Hi, folks, and welcome to Monday Night Mental with your host, Andrew Nolan. Here today, the subject will be the benefit of antidepressants, but we'll just give it a minute or two for people to join in and for me to check my phone. Hey, South London reseller, good to have you with us. I know it's so hard to hear me here live on this stream. Literally 2 minutes after I told you I was going to be on it. Right. All right. I was prepared for today. I even had like the website with the article open and everything. And then that was like 8 hours ago. So I've closed it because, why would I actually maintain the preparations I had? So this is going to take me ages to search for now. But, talk amongst yourselves while I'm doing that. Let's make sure I'm on live chat as well. I am. Yeah, live chat, all messages visible. Excellent. Looks like we've got 4 people in. Come say hi if you haven't said hi already. I am literally. I really need to make my website faster. Notifications haven't gone out for this one yet because my phone is subscribed to me and it hasn't gone off yet. Come on. Anyway, today I have been a hero to a small dog, or possibly not. It wasn't that small either, it was quite large. And I rescued a dog from near death. He was on the main road outside the house, wandering around in amongst the cars. So he has been. He was rescued and secured in my back garden until the dog warden could come and get him. I didn't actually want to give him to the dog warden. I'd have happily kept him, to be honest. Hey, Tat Doctor, good to have you with us, mate. I am. Hello, Kerry Ann. I am. I had the page loaded, and then, of course, obviously, me being me, I've closed everything since, because I really shouldn't prepare for these things in advance, because I still do it. Oh, there. Yes, I found it. So we're back. There you go, South London reseller. Still getting the names wrong. Kerry Ann it is. Right, I've got it. So today's subject of choice, we'll be talking about the benefits of antidepressants. I know that we said today we was going to do exercise, but I'll do that next week instead. So yeah, we're talking about antidepressants, benefits of those. A controversial subject, I know. When I was first diagnosed, well, not even diagnosed, when I first experiencing the symptoms of depression and anxiety, people was like, oh no, you don't want to go on the medication, you don't want to go on pills and whatever. You don't want to do that. That's bad. You're not that weak or whatever else they were saying. And that sort of held me back for a good couple of months at least from even getting a diagnosis from the doctor. And obviously I sort of gradually got worse over that time. And it was sort of time really that, you can't get back. Yes, definitely. Yeah, well, you keep insisting. Hey, Rod, good to have you with us. You keep insisting that Shrek is an ogre, even though it is a widely known fact that Shrek is a troll. But there you go. Right, where are we? So yeah, so for today I would talk about antidepressants, how they can really help actually if you, like myself, suffer from anxiety and or depression. No, he's a troll, carry on. It's a well-known fact. Right, so I suffer from both anxiety and depression, and I'm a great believer in antidepressants. I take venlafaxine at the minute, about 75 milligrams a day. And yeah, that sort of seems to really sort of help As I say, for many months I'd resisted taking medication or getting a diagnosis because of the sort of stigma around mental health, around taking pills, etc. And that was a mistake. I mean, at the end of the day, you got a headache, you take paracetamol, you get cancer, you get the treatment, you get the radiotherapy or whatever. So yeah, my violent ex was on antidepressants. It was pure evil when he stopped taking it. I'm just pure evil regardless, to be honest, Kerry Ann. Whether I'm taking them or not, the many people think I am the Antichrist. I personally think I'm Jesus Christ, but there you go. So let's talk around antidepressants. What do they actually do? First off, it'd be really simple to say that they cure depression or relieve anxiety, but that's not actually true. That's not what they do. What they do is help manage some of the symptoms of the depression or the anxiety. So they don't cure it, they don't treat it, they just help manage those effects, help slow you down and give you time to actually treat the underlying causes. They work by targeting the chemicals in your brain that help regulate your mood. Three most important are serotonin, dopamine, and I can't say it. I've been saying this in front of the mirror. Sometimes. Norepinephrine. I'm just going to spell it in the chat. Stuff it. I'll cut and paste in. Hey Chris, good to have you with us. Yes, I never hit women. Hitting women is bad. Hitting people's bad. Anyway, yeah, I've put there in the chat. Norepinephrine. That's it. Norepinephrine. I've got it. Yeah. So the three major chemicals regulate mood: serotonin, dopamine, and norepinephrine. And a shortage or imbalance of these chemicals can send you into a serious downward spiral. And that's quite what often happens to people who've got drug addictions. They are naturally produced by your body, and they actually help messages pass around between your brain cells. And that's why when you're happy and stimulated, you feel more alive and sharper because you've got more of these chemicals passing through your system. And when you're unhappy, when you're feeling down, your brain can sort of deplete the reserves of those chemicals because it draws on the reserves you've got to try and give you a boost to try and make you feel better. And obviously, if you're feeling down or unhappy over a long period of time, that reservoir that you've got will eventually run out, and the brain's got nothing to boost you with. So your mood suffers. You become depressed, anxious, irritable, bad-tempered, psychotic, whatever it may be. Here we go. ADPG, good to have you with us. So yeah, one of the key things to do if you are suffering with depression or anxiety then is before those reserves get too low or run out, you've got to try and get those reserves topped up. I've talked before about a few ways you can do that. You can exercise, socialize more, etc. Doing fun things will help naturally boost them, but sometimes that's not enough. If you're in a bad place, and if that is the case, if you've been feeling anxious, depressed for a period of time, a couple of weeks, then it's definitely worth considering medication, because it can help increase the level of those chemicals in your brain. There's a couple of different types of antidepressants you can get as well. There's loads of different antidepressants, but there's two sort of main ways that they work. There's the reuptake inhibitors, and they work by inhibiting your brain's reabsorption of happy chemicals, so they effectively stay in your brain for longer. So it's almost like it's a bit like making a meal last a bit longer. Really, it's the same sort of principle. Or watering down a drink. You water down your alcohol, it lasts a bit longer for you, although obviously the effects are reduced, but it's still there doing something for you. So yeah, just slows down that sort of uptake of those chemicals again. And that's what I take. I'm on a reuptake inhibitor, and that does the job for me. I've been on those for a few years, and they've sort of really helped me. But there's another type of antidepressant you can get, which are called tetracyclics. I had to practice that one for ages as well. Hi, Richard Payne. Good to have you with us. The tall girls are in that. Yeah, we haven't got Louise. I don't know where Louise is today. So yeah. So where was I? Yeah. So yeah, tetracyclines is the other type of antidepressant. They don't prevent the reuptake of happy chemicals in the same way that reuptake inhibitors or RSIs do. But they instead focus on stopping the happy chemicals bonding with specific areas between your brain cells. So basically, they leave them to float about instead of getting stuck. So again, the reservoir of those build up. And there's a third type, because I said two, but obviously there's three. And these are serotonin antagonist and reuptake inhibitors, SARIs, you may hear them called as. And again, they prevent the reuptake of serotonin, but also in the same way that the tetracyclines do, they also help prevent those serotonins from binding to the wrong receptors, because they say they get confused, they get lost, they end up attaching themselves to the wrong thing. So they sort of put a mask on those attaching to the wrong things, and they attach the right bits of your brain instead. So that helps ensure the reservoir of serotonin is building up, and the serotonin you're already producing is being used effectively. But obviously, that's around serotonin. It doesn't necessarily do anything around dopamine and norepinephrine, not the other one. Um, Obviously, that can be a bit confusing then in terms of working out what what DBG, that is not true at all. I as you know, you, Kerry-Ann, and Louise are all equally my favourite, as is South London Reseller. That is why you've all got spanners. So yeah, don't be saying that I prefer anyone else. I'm equally preferring everyone. Yes, definitely South London Reseller tall blog's much better. I'm 6'4". Steve Green tried to claim to be 6'4" the other day. I had to correct him on that. He's like 5'9". Hey Stu, good to have you with us. So yeah, so we talked about those different types of antidepressants, but obviously you've got to know what the right type is for you, and there's no easy way of finding that out, to be honest. It's trial and error, really, because everyone's brain is different. My brain is different to your brain. Your brain is different to someone else's brain. My hair again. I've ordered some of George Ross's hair gel, so hopefully, once I've got that, I won't have hair in the wrong place. I'm just waiting for it to come. So yeah, if you need antidepressants, as I say, you're not going to know first off, and your doctor's not going to know first off which one is going to work for you. They're going to try you on some. They're going to see how you get on. If it's working for you, great. If it isn't, they'll try you on something else until they find the right combination. It's a different combination for every person. We're all sort of different. We're all unique. For me, the first one I went on, citalopram, didn't work for me at all. Made no difference. But I know loads of people are on it. It's the best thing ever for them. So, I was lucky then that the second one I went on, sertraline, did the job for me for a few years. The one I've switched now because eventually, after a few years, your body does sort of develop an immunity, I guess. It just adjusts to it. So you do have to switch after a bit. But the one I'm on now is fine. I mean, because that sertraline worked, we sort of know what stuff to move on to, what stuff will work for me next. So yeah, don't be afraid of trying a few different combinations until you get to the right one. Yeah, Adrian, yeah, you're a spanner. So we have I felt that there should be a male spanner as well, Adrian, because it was all lady spanners. So I added you. Yes, there's no quiz, unfortunately. Nick has told me that after my glorious victory yesterday, coming second place, with Oasis being one of my winning answers, that no one else is. Oasis is never allowed as a quiz answer again. So yeah, as I say, don't be afraid to try a few different combinations. In terms of how long antidepressants take to work, again, that's different. For most people, it takes about 6 to 8 weeks, and when you're suffering, when you're in that downward spiral, that's the last thing you want to hear. You want something that's going to make you feel better now, especially if you're battling thoughts of self-harm, suicidal thoughts, etc., or you're too anxious to leave the house or such like. But it is worth persevering with. It is worth, because when you find in a couple of months' time, you can look back and realise that how you feel is totally different to how you felt before. And even just that act of getting that help and knowing that there's somebody there to support you, because I guarantee you get the right GP, they will want to support you. And if you get a GP, I think I've said this before, you get a GP that isn't being supportive or whatever, you have to see a different GP. You don't. I had that situation where the first GP I had didn't even put me on medication. It was useless. But the second one I went to was brilliant, and everyone I've had since, because I've moved areas since, has been brilliant. So really spot on. So as I say, first one you get might not be great, just like the antidepressants. Ask to see someone else until you get that help that you need. No, I know Van Halen. Yeah, well, we'll have to come up with a different band, won't we? Queen is my favourite band. Oasis, I Wonderwall. Oh dear me, really? Yeah, he did. Yeah, the Black Dog. Yeah, Winston. Definitely. He's probably bipolar, to be honest. Winston, we think, given the way that his moods used to swing between extremes. But yeah, Pantera. I think I've sold a Pantera t-shirt before. Well, if I haven't, somebody else has. Anyway, yeah, I know one of the big things that scares people about antidepressants. Hey, Deal City, can tell you yours, mate. I know one of the good things that scares people about antidepressants are the side effects. Prozac, yeah, I never tried that. It's not Prozac in this country, though, is it? I can't remember what it's called. Or was it America? It's always something different. Anyway, what do you mean Prozac, the band? Flu, I can't even say that. Flu X18, fluoxetine. I mean, why can't they just give them simple names like antidepressant 1, antidepressant 2? Be a lot easier to remember. Why has it got to have some complex name, that you can never pronounce? I mean, I go into the doctors, right, and I say, look, I need to renew my prescription. And I've always lost a repeat prescription form. So they're like, oh, just write down what you want. And I said, like, I can't spell it, and I let alone can't say it. I said, you're going to have a look. And then you're going to have to write it down for me, because I got no chance. Fluoxetine. I got you. Yeah. Yeah, they should just do it better. Yeah, anyway, back to the point. So, yeah, side effects. Any medication you take will have side effects. Yeah. If you take paracetamol for a headache, that can have side effects. If I take ibuprofen, because I've got a toothache or swelling, it will make my chest wheeze because of asthma. Now, that's a side effect of it. If you have cancer and you undergo radiotherapy or whatever, you will be sick because that is a side effect. So whatever medication you take is going to have side effects. The level and impact of those side effects might be different. For me, the side effect I experienced when I first went on the medication was drowsiness. So I simply just took them at night, and I'd sleep for 8 hours then, and it was brilliant because I wasn't sleeping otherwise. So, the side effects will be different. If you do experience side effects and they're severe, speak to your doctor. For me, the drowsiness went after a few days, after my body had adjusted to it. If I forget to take me antidepressants for a few days, which occasionally happens, and I go back on them, first one I take will make me feel slightly nauseous. Then my body will adjust again, and it's fine. So as I say, there are side effects, but your body adapts to it, and after a few days, they're usually gone. If you're experiencing them for a week or more, speak to your GP. And as I say, the benefits that you get far outweigh it. It's like taking a paracetamol, or ibuprofen. Yeah, that might make me feel slightly wheezy for half an hour or so, but then the pain that I've been experiencing is gone. So I'm going to carry on taking that because I don't mind having that little side effect, and then finding that I'm completely fine. So ultimately, you've got something out there that's going to make you feel better about yourself. It's going to make you feel happier. If you've got obsessive thoughts or intrusive thoughts, I get a lot of those, especially if I have dreams. We'll come on to my mood in a bit, and I know it's been bad today. But yeah, there's something out there that's going to help you feel better. It's going to give you time. I said the most important thing about antidepressants is they give you time, because they slow down your everything that's going in, that washing machine, that whirlwind of thoughts. They slow down in your head, and that gives you the opportunity then to look at other things that work for you. Yeah, I drink on mine, Chris, to be honest. I know they advise it not. The reason they advise it not is because it can exacerbate the effects of alcohol. So, 2 pints becomes like 3 pints, etc., etc. So yeah, it increases the, well, they told me that. I was just like, great, it's going to save me money and make me feel better. But yeah, I mean, I was used to drink like a fish, and I still carried on. Don't drink that much these days, because I prefer to spend my money on stock for the business. But yeah. So it's not about. So when they say don't drink on them, it's not about the fact that it's going to give you liver damage or anything like that, other than the standard what you get. It's just about the effect that the effect of the alcohol is exacerbated, as I say. So yeah, I don't know what's stopping you really. If you're suffering from mental health problems like anxiety and depression, and you're not taking antidepressants to help you manage your condition while you're working on getting better, then I'd just say to yourself, ask yourself why you're not taking them. If you are, as I say, experiencing severe symptoms of anxiety and depression, obviously if you're fine, don't take them. But if you are experiencing severe symptoms and you're not taking them, is it because of the stigma around taking them, how people perceive you, etc., or how you perceive yourself? Because I've been there myself, and that stigma that stopped me taking them or seeking help for months, and that meant I suffered for a lot longer than I would have otherwise, for years rather than months. I was saying a lot of hard work to get myself back to where I am now. And one of my greatest regrets, and the thing that I used to beat myself up about a lot, is not getting that help sooner, because I could have been better a lot sooner. But I wouldn't be here now, perhaps having this conversation, if I'd done that. So who knows? So yeah, please don't be put off with the stigma. Anyone who judges you or makes you feel bad for taking medication is not worth your time. 1 in 4 adults in the UK currently take medication to help them with mental illness. So you will know people who are taking it. It's 1 in 4. That's a quarter of the adult UK population will take medication, not necessarily currently, but will have taken at some point during their lives. So it's really, really common, and I can't understand why there's this stigma around it and why we don't talk more about it. I know it's particularly difficult for men to do that because of our sort of cultural upbringing that we've experienced, and it's a great shame, because it's a real killer. If it's the thought of side effects that you'll experience that puts you off, then please don't worry about that either. Yeah, you might experience some side effects. It's not going to kill you. It's not going to do anything worse to you than you're already experiencing. And as I say, your body should adjust to them. If it doesn't, there's no problem. Your GP will find a medication that doesn't give you those side effects. It's a bit of trial and error to find the one that works for you, but you will find the right one. It's no different than working out what your favorite meal is. Sometimes you'll eat food that'll make you bad. I'm not saying medication is the way forward, DBG. I'm saying what it does is buy you time so that you can find the way forward that works for yourself. But if you have to take medication for the rest of your life, then fine. If that is helping you and that is helping you feel better, why would you not want to do that? I can't see the logic for not wanting to do something that makes you feel better. And if people are saying, "Oh, it's like a crutch or relying on it or whatever," well, they're wrong. You go out there, somebody says, "Oh, I'll give you £1 million," you're going to say yes. So why aren't you going to say yes to something that makes you feel, better? Yeah. So anyway, if your concerns also say rise to the fact that you tried them before and they've not worked for you, then that could just be because you haven't been on them for a long enough period, or because they just weren't the right ones that you're on. And so, as I say, you need to try something different to help. But yeah, definitely. I always say, you're suffering from anxiety and depression, start off with a medication. Think of it as a journey that you're going through on the road to recovery. Step one, get that medication to calm you at the moment, or at least help you deal with things a bit better. Um, help process things, etc. Then you can then you can really take the time to find out what works for you. Usually it's a combination of things. For me, it's exercise, it's socializing, it's running my eBay business as well. That certainly helps, because it gives me something to focus on, a hobby, an interest, interact with others. Therapy as well. I did a lot of therapy, and that's really helped as well. So if you'd seen me back in 2012, I couldn't string a sentence together. I was that bad. I would be physically shaking. Um, you know, I couldn't have this conversation with you. I couldn't stay focused. I mean, I know I get distracted by the chat and whatever, but that's just being human. But I couldn't have written that article that I just wrote. I couldn't, I couldn't function. I couldn't leave the house. I couldn't walk down the street. So I can do all those things now without a problem. Yes, I'll get anxious occasionally. I'll have a panic attack every now and then. I had a bad day today. Today has not been a good mental health day for me. That's because I had a dream about a toxic person that used to be in my life a few years ago, and that was a contributing factor to my spiral into anxiety and depression. And I dreamt about her today, and that when I woke up, that really just messed me up for a bit at the first hour or two of the day. But I'm over it now. It's fine. Hopefully I won't dream about it again. But yeah, it's things like that will happen and will knock you for six. I think I was improved because I rescued a doggy today. So, that made me feel good about myself. I was able to do something positive. So, that's sort of changed my perspective again. I'll just see it on the chat because I'm well behind. I hate the doctors. I went there with sprained ankle and he said, I think that you've hurt your ankle. I was like, no, really. I came here because I thought my head was hanging off. Don't be sarcastic to the people who are trying to help you carry on. Be nice to these people. Don't believe the truth, Polly Oasis. I'm not sure what that was about. Do you drink on them yet? He then gave me strong painkillers and told me not to fly a plane on them. So I replied, damn, I'll have to leave my jet in the car. I don't think your doctor's going to be very happy with you. Paracetamols are amazing. So when you're going for an awful headache, yeah, I swear with paracetamol. Hangover cure for me as well. There was some, sorry, DBG, sorry, your head's not good. Interesting lecture by Dr. and a professor. He spent a lot of time in university. Glenn Wilson, about the causes and cures of depression on the Gresham College website. Let's have a look at that. Thank you. Depression can be genetic, yeah. Yeah, I used to take that St. John's wort before, but I didn't really do it. So, do you feel medication's way forward? Yeah, I think we talked about that. That's my nightmare, not having a day in. There is a trick, though, to get rid of your headache. Focus on where it is in your head. That works for me, yeah. Second live sync in. Oh, good news. I haven't been able to join any live streams today. I've just been so busy with work and everything else. My team stop reading the buyers. Totally carry on. She's in Ireland anyway, so it's all Irish buyers. They don't buy from us. Well, they do buy from me, but colour and the headache, okay. Mirtazapine and propanol. Isn't propanol something you use to start fires with? A little afraid of medication. Yeah, it's Ads was saying the same, DBG, that because he has a health anxiety, taking medication just makes him more anxious. But don't let it put you off. If if you feel that you is experiencing the anxiety, you know, you may have one bad experience, but you may have a lot more good ones. If you've not had a chance yet, have a look at my video that I've done about anxiety, a live stream that I did, a sneaky one that I did just about 4 or 5 people in the middle of the day, just because I just needed to talk for a bit. But there's lots of useful sort of information in there. I think everyone has a slight amount of anxiety. Comes too much, gets sorted. Yeah, definitely. Anxiety is a natural thing. Yeah, you know, if you see a lion charging towards you, you need a bit of anxiety to kick in that fight or flight response so that you can get running away from it. Well done, Andrew. You used to have panic attacks. Sorry to hear that, South London reseller. So, indeed, too many Red Bulls during the World Cup. Yeah, absolutely. I can't drink energy drinks now because they're just a killer for me. Don't be like the DBG, of course, yeah. Lots of help. You make people smile. Depression, affected creativity, yeah. I don't know, there wasn't Van Gogh. I think Van Gogh suffered from a lot of depression, and you know, he's quite possibly one of the most I don't know, creative people you could meet. He cut his own ear off once, so he went on an absinthe binge as well. Don't drink absinthe and cut your ear off, it's not a good thing. And yeah, stay away from well, up to you, as I say, DBG, you know, everyone is different, aren't they? Antidepressant meds affecting creativity. I don't think they do. Personally, I have been far more creative since it's a glass, but yes, I like the way that you went with mug and then cup, and you were both long time. You're on both times. Like the conjac goes to the doctors with a pain up his bum. Doctor takes a look. You have a lettuce leaf poking out of your backside, says the doctor. Ah, says the man, that's the tip of the iceberg. Oh dear, dear me. I used to do a joke of the day on YouTube, but I got bored. To be honest, of doing them, and I don't think they got a lot of views. Although, you know, there's probably only about a dozen subscribers at the time. Has anyone read the funny Amazon reviews? I think if I ever do private label on Amazon, there'll probably be a few funny reviews on that one. I'm here all week. Maybe we should do that. What is the best joke? Question for the chat. What is the best joke you have ever heard? Type it in the chat. Keep it clean though, because YouTube does like it clean. Gaming, PlayStation. I used to like PC Zone when that was more of a lads mag. Before it got took over by Future Publishing, and just became a clone of PC Gamer. You know, when Charlie Brooker or Booker, can't remember how you say it, used to write for him. Used to be ace. But yeah, hair removal cream. I think I tried some of that once. It's like putting acid on yourself. I'll tell you what, this is picking up well. You're on YouTube. It says, who's clattering in the background?
Making sandwiches.
It's fair enough.
Just on my feet.
I don't. Yeah, somebody has broken into the house. I'm sure, Stu, you know some clean jokes. So we can do the best joke ever on Google. Best joke ever 2019. What have we got? These are the 10 funniest jokes according to research. Let's see if I can cut and. I don't need to cut and paste. I can read. Oh, hang on. Why do you have to have ads? Tell you what, I hate it when it goes on a website. It brings up a big thing about cookies. You got to accept it. The Christmas season is fast. Here we go. I've got a joke for you. A guy is sitting at home when he hears a knock at the door. He opens the door and sees a snail on the porch. He picks up the snail and throws it as far as he can. 3 years later, there's a knock on the door. He opens it and sees the same snail. The snail says, "What the hell was all that about?" Right, that was terrible.
Oh, dear. Is that the joke?
Three guys stranded on a desert island find a magic lantern containing a genie who grants them each one wish. The first guy wishes he was off the island and back home. The second guy wishes the same. The third guy says, "I'm lonely. I wish my friends were back here." Nice one. Yeah, there's a lot of comedians supposed to, like Frank Skinner, Frankie Boyle. Those are actually the only two I can think of offhand. But yeah, I'm sure there's many more. Once met Badil in where did he meet him? Worthing, and thought he was someone completely different. I've gone on the wrong thing. I was looking for the next joke. Right, that's too long to read out. Guy shows up late for work. The boss yells, "You should have been here at 8:30." He replies, "Why? What happened at 8:30?" Oh, that was awful. These Google jokes are giving me the pressure. These Google jokes are brilliant. This is what you come here for, Deal City. These humour. Oh, so we got 1 in a million. China has a population of 1 billion people. 1 billion. That means even if you're in a 1 in a million kind of guy, there are still 1,000 others exactly like you. That was the depressing thought. That was that. Honestly, it's just clickbait when they say Tony Hancock. Is he still around? I haven't seen him for ages. Did he used to be on that thing with Gary Lineker on what was it called? Can't remember. It's World War II, and an Englishman, Irishman, and a Welshman are stood in front of a German firing squad. German tells them that they each have one wish before they die. Go on, Stu, give us the punchline. I think Stu's typing with one finger here. They just posted the review. Yeah, I've got it. Oh, I can't read that out. That's too long to put on it. Irishman asked for an orchestra of 24 violinists to play Danny Boy for a whole hour. This is going to take a while, and it's Stu. I'll tell you what, we'll wait for Stu to finish typing out the whole joke, and then I'll read it out. We'll read out what Kellyanne sent me. Amazon product review. After having been told my danglies look like an elderly Rastafarian, I decided to take the plunge and buy some of this. This is about hair removal cream. As previous shaving attempts had only been mildly successful, and it nearly put me back out trying to reach the more difficult bits. Being a bit of a romantic, I thought I would do the deed on the missus's birthday as a bit of a treat. This is obviously a bloke. I ordered it well in advance. I'm working in the North Sea, obviously not intelligent bloke. I considered myself a bit above some of the characters. I've just insulted all the old workers. Considered myself a bit above some of the characters right in the previous reviews and wrote them off as soft office types. Oh, my fellow sufferers, how wrong I was. I've got people asking me if I got their dog. I waited until the other half was tucked up in bed, and after giving some vague hints about a special surprise, I went down to the bathroom. Initially, all went well, and I applied the gel and stood waiting for something to happen. I didn't have long to wait. At first, there was a gentle warmth, which in a matter of seconds was replaced by an intense burning and a feeling I can only describe as like being given a barbed wire wedgie by two people intent on hitting the ceiling with my head. Religion hadn't featured much in my life until that night, but I suddenly became willing to convert to any religion to stop the violent burning around my gentleman area and what seemed like the destruction of the meat and two veg. Struggling to not bite through my bottom lip, I tried to wash the gel off in the sink and only succeeded in blocking the plug hole with a mat of hair. Through the haze of tears, I struggled out of the bathroom, across the hall into the kitchen. By this time, walking was not really possible, and I crawled the final yard to the fridge in the hope of some form of cold relief. I yanked the freezer drawer out and found a tub of ice cream, tore the lid off, and positioned it under me. The relief was fantastic, but only temporary, as it melted fairly quickly and the fiery stabbing soon returned. Due to the shape of the ice cream tub, I hadn't managed to give the starfish any treatment. I think that's a rude reference, and I groped around in the drawer for something else, as I was sure my vision was going to fail fairly soon. I grabbed a bag of what I later found out was frozen sprouts and tore it open, trying to be quiet as I did so. I took a handful of them and tried in vain to clench some between the cheeks of my bottom. This was not doing the trick, as some of the gel had already found its way inside, and it felt like the space shuttle was running its engines behind me. This is probably hopefully the only time in my life I was going to wish there was a homosexual snowman in the kitchen, which would give you some idea of the depths I was willing to sink to in order to erase the pain. Right, this is never going to get monetized now, Kellyanne. The only solution my pain-crazed mind could come up with was to gently ease one of the sprouts where no vegetable had gone before. Unfortunately, alerted by the strange grunts coming from the kitchen, the other half chose that moment to come and investigate, and was greeted by the sight of me, backside in the air, strawberry ice cream dripping from my gentleman area. I'm having to translate for this, whilst pushing a sprout up my backside while muttering, "Ooh, that feels good." Understandably, this was a shock to her, and she let out a scream, and as I hadn't heard her come in, it caused an involuntary spasm of shock in myself, which resulted in the sprout being ejected at quite some speed in her direction. I can understand that having a sprout farted against your leg at 11 at night in the kitchen probably wasn't the special surprise she was expecting, and having to explain to the kids the next day what the strange hollow in the ice cream was didn't explain my status. To sum it up, Veet removes hair, dignity, and self-respect. There you go. Thank you for that, Kellyanne. Right. Let's get back to... Oh, it's on YouTube now. Hopefully this won't get me any more subscribers. We're trying to stop me from getting to 500 subscribers because I don't have to do a humiliating climb down over Shrek's species status. Obviously, we all know Shrek is a troll. However, I promised if I get to 500 subscribers by the Bristol meetup on the 27th of April, I will lie and say Shrek is an ogre. Right. Let's go back to Stu's joke. It's World War II, and an Englishman, an Irishman, and a Welshman are stood in front of a German firing squad. German officer tells them that each have one wish before they die. Irishman asks for an orchestra of 24 violinists to play Danny Boy for a whole hour. Welshman asks for an all-male voice choir to sing Land of My Fathers for a solid hour. Englishman has asked for his final wish. Shoot me first, he says. Bum. Get it, I get it. Okay. Dale City has come up with some jokes here. Why did the chicken cross the road? Because chickens have rights too. Okay. The tumbleweed has just come past. Why did the chicken cross the road? Because when you place one chicken foot in front of the other, it causes walking. Oh dear. A tramp walks into the doctor's with a frog stuck to his head. How did this begin? Asked the doctor. Well, says the frog, it started with a wart on my bum. I don't get that one. I'm probably going to have to think about that one. I'm never always good with jokes. All right. Yeah, we started off with the benefits of antidepressants. We've now gone on to the internet's worst jokes. There's got to be some more terrible jokes here. What have we got? 50 Edinburgh Fringe one-liners that deserve to win funniest joke. Got to be something here. Let's have a look. Oh, come on, scroll down the page. I can give you the cause of anaphylactic shock in a nutshell. That's quite good. I like that one. I waited an hour for my starter, so I complained. It's not rocket salad. I saw a documentary on how ships are kept together. Riveting. Crime in multi-story car parks. That is wrong on so many different levels. Picked up a hitchhiker. You've got to when you hit them. As a kid, I was made to walk the plank. We couldn't afford a dog. Not sure I get that one. Man who walks through an airport door sideways is going to Bangkok. Technically, isn't that a Thai proverb? Because Bangkok is in Thailand. I'm sure wherever my dad is, he's looking down on us. He's not dead, just very condescending. I was watching the London Marathon and I saw one runner dressed as a chicken and another runner dressed as an egg. I thought this could be interesting. Trump's nothing like Hitler. There's no way he could write a book. That's a Frankie Boyle one. I've given up asking rhetorical questions. What's the point? I'm looking for the girl next door type. I'm just going to keep moving house till I find her. Excellent. All right, there we go. I'm telling jokes, DBG. I'm going through the 50 Edinburgh Fringe jokes that should have made the final. Should have won the best joke award. I like to imagine the guy who invented the umbrella was going to call it the brella, but he hesitated. Combine harvesters and you have a really big restaurant. I like that one. I'm rubbish with names. It's not my fault. It's a condition. There's a name for it. I have two boys, 5 and 6. We're no good at naming things in our house. Think about that one. Why did the little girl... Hey, Matt, can I tell you yours? Confucius say, a man with hole in trouser pocket feel cocky all day. Dear me. Why did the little girl fall off the swing? Go on, tell us. Tell us, DVG, why did the little girl fall off the swing? Because she had no arms. Right, okay. That's probably another one I'm not going to get. By the way, Retro Reselling 82, Matt, he's just uploaded a video to YouTube, so check it out. Deal City put on a video yesterday as well. They're both in the chat. Click the 3 dots next to their names and you'll get their YouTube channels. DBG is soon starting a YouTube channel. I'm just waiting for her first video to drop. I'm already subscribed to her. Subscribe to DBG. She loves seeing her subscriber numbers go up. What have we got next? I wasn't particularly close to my dad before he died, which was lucky because he trod on a landmine. Oh dear. Whenever someone says, I don't believe in coincidences, I say, oh my God, me neither. I like that one. A friend tricked me into going to Wimbledon by telling me it was a men's singles event. As a vegan, I think people who sell meat are disgusting, but apparently people who sell fruit and veg are grosser. Oh dear. I'm nearly at 100 subs with no... I've already seen one of your live videos on the YouTube. Female Russian, Deal City, female Russian weightlifter goes to the doctors. I've been taking steroids and I grow a gentleman sausage. Anabolic, asked the doctor. No, just a penis. Oh, I get it. Yeah, okay. My fat ex-girlfriend recently got a t-shirt saying, I'm a man-eater. I told you that's not how you spell manatee. I don't get that one, Kelly Ann. What did the left butt cheek tell the right one? If we stick together, we can stop this. Yeah, okay. What did the green grape say to the purple one? Breathe, you idiot. Dear me. All right. I went to a Pretenders gig. It was a tribute act. Fair enough. That's Tim Vine. For me, dying is a lot like going camping. I don't want to do it. I wonder how many comedians snuck onto the ark. Why is it old people say there's no place like home, yet when you put them in one? I've been happily married for 4 years out of a total of 10. Apparently, 1 in 3 Britons are conceived in an IKEA bed, which is mad because those places are really well lit. I went to a pub quiz in Liverpool, had a few drinks, there wasn't much use. Just for a laugh, I wrote the Beatles or Steven Gerrard for every answer, came second. Oh, here we go, here's a topical joke. Brexit is a terrible name. It sounds like cereal you eat when you are constipated. We got some more jokes from Stu. Then maybe I should just do an hour of reading out other people's jokes. See if my subscriber numbers will go up. Well, I don't want it to go down, so maybe not. The man who invented the boiled egg covered in sausage meat and breadcrumbs has dived. R.I.P. Scotch egg. Oh, dear me. Should have wrote Oasis, yeah. Well, DBG, I don't know if you were there, DBG, for my winning moment on the quiz yesterday, where I utterly destroyed the opposition by typing in Oasis as Nick was saying the question and getting it right. Finally, the moment happened. I often confuse Americans and Canadians by using long words. Okay. Why is Henry's wife covered in tooth marks? Because he's Tudor. Oh dear. Don't you hate it when people assume you're rich because you sound posh and went to private school and have loads of money? You're being chased by a pair of taxidermists. Oh, here we go. If you're being chased by a pack of taxidermists, do not play dead. It don't work. Is it possible to mistake schizophrenia for telepathy? I hear you ask. Now that's a misconception about what schizophrenia is. Just had the following conversation in. Oh, hang on, I'm behind the. Missed it. Yeah, DVG. I'm on 2 tap points now. 3 if I include the one that you gave me instead of George Ross. I have abused George incessantly since to say that I've got more tap points than he'll ever get. Man goes to fruit and veg shop. Ask shopkeeper he have some loose plums. No, replies the shopkeeper. It's just the way my trousers rock up at the front. Dear me. Just had the following conversation in court. Judge, state your name. Me, not guilty. Judge, what? Me, I had it legally changed. Judge, you're not guilty. Me, thanks, I'm out of here. Nice. Daughter keeps asking what I'm laughing at. Cannot tell her. But, right, okay, Deal City. I cannot read that one out on a live stream. Andrew, oh, there he is. He's in it. There he is, George. Yes. I have 3 tap points now. I've got the one that should have gone to you that DBG gave to me instead. I have got one for Oasis and one for actually getting a proper question right. Even though I was on Mother's rubbish internet last night, I'm back in my house today, as you can tell by the wonky pictures. My dad did that picture actually. What have we got? I spotted a Marmite van on the motorway. It was heading eastbound. Oh dear. Back in the day, Instagram just meant a really efficient drug dealer. Instagram, get it? Yeah. I'll tell you what's unnatural in the eyes of God. Contact lenses. Like it. Elton John hates ordering Chinese food. Soy seems to be the hardest word. Oh, yeah, because he did sorry, didn't he? Yeah. N-Back is clearly Nickelback and Cole is clearly Kings of Leon. You got to make the effort to type, haven't you? You can't be speaking in this text speak, George, that the younger generation use. You got to use proper words. I tried for a job at a blacksmith's. Any good at shoeing horses? He asked. No, I replied, but I once told a donkey to. Yeah, I can't say that on the chat either. Being a big millennial was costing tap points. Yeah. The following conversation took place while a prisoner was awaiting execution by electric chair. Priest, do you have any last requests? Prisoner, yes, I do. Can I hold your hand? Yeah, I like that one. Yeah, I have to read these out. Oh, here we go. Hey, CBB, my 10% antidepressants have helped a lot. There you go. Back on topic. Yeah, we covered that one half an hour ago, but yes, definitely. Right, we've still got more jokes here. Kim Kardashian is settled with a huge bottom, but enough about Kanye West. I had to paraphrase that. It used the A word. Surely every car is a people carrier. True. What's the difference between a hippo and a zippo? One is really heavy, the other is a little lighter. Oh dear. Problems with my computer, phone and IT chat. Have you tried disabling cookies? He asked. No, I replied, but I once bit the legs off a gingerbread man. Excellent. Jesus fed 5,000 people with 2 fishes and a loaf of bread. That's not a miracle, that's tapas. So I've had those tapas before, I felt right ripped off. Actually, yeah, tapas, right? You pay, you know, £7 or £8. You pay more than you do for a meal of Wetherspoons, which includes a pint with it. So you pay more because you go into some fancy place. And you're paying £7 or £8, and it comes, and it's just like a little bowl of things. You can't eat off that. So then you have to order 3 or 4, or 5. So you're spending like £30, £40 on food. You could have just got something for, you know, a tenner. Mad tapas. I don't understand it. I mean, the Spanish, just the way of dealing with food shortages, I reckon. Probably be a lot more tapas after it. On a serious, I'm terrible jokes. I'm only good at acting like a man, baby. Put it on sertraline. Yeah, I used to take sertraline, George. Took that for many years before my body adjusted to it, and I'm on venlafaxine now because I learned how to say that just for this. Yes, tapas definitely a disgrace. CBD, I've heard good stuff about the CBD oil drops. Never got round to it. Elderly couple sat in a church. Blimey, says the old man, I've just done a big silent fart. Should I do something? Yes, replies his wife. Put a new battery in your hearing aid. Excellent. Yes, you can get side effects from it. Your brothers, though, they're about what every medication they take, DBG, just kills them. It's what was the other one that on they gives you the I can't say the word now, but for the sleeping. That's not no good for them either. Bless them. They sound like they're going for a real tough time. Yeah, we've got a Papa John's in Wrexham now, Deal City. It's just underneath my office. Pineapple on pizza. No, we've discussed this already, and we're not getting into your crazy milkshakes. I met a Dutch girl with inflatable shoes last week. Phoned her up to arrange a date, but unfortunately she popped her clogs. There you go. Right, hang on. We've got have I lost it? Have I lost the live stream? Am I still live? Yeah, don't be bringing up your weird milkshakes again, Kelly Ann. A lot of mods, yeah. Could be the combination of meds as well, to be honest. But yeah. Red sky at night, shepherd's delight. Blue sky at night, day. Never lie on my CV because it creases it. If you don't know what introspection is, you need to take a long, hard look at yourself. I usually meet my girlfriend at 12:59 because I like that one-to-one time. I bought some Viagra tea bags the other day. They don't improve your sex life, but they do stop your biscuits from going soft. Dear me. I think if we're going to have a debate about food, strongbow on spaghetti, yes or no? Because for me, it's definite yes. I have the fact I'm going to cook with some tonight. I've still got some Morrison cider left over for the weekend. Strongbow spaghetti for dinner tonight. Nice. I've got lots of people messaging me about this dog, so I have to go in a minute. I'll just see if I can find the rest of the jokes. Earlier this year, I saw The Theory of Everything, loved it. Should have been called Look Who's Hawking. That's my only criticism. Okay. I've written a joke about a fat badger, but I couldn't fit it into my set. That's funny on 2 levels. I wanted to do a show about feminism. I can't say this word. I wanted to do a show about feminism, but my husband wouldn't let me. Excellent. Assuming this reaction is that, yeah, honestly, you cook your meat in your sauce in a cider. Tastes gorgeous. I'll be doing that in a bit after I drop my parcels off, which I've still got a package. Money can't buy you happiness. Well, check this out. I bought myself a Happy Meal. True that. This show is about perception and perspective, but it depends how you look at it. My friend told me he was going to a fancy dress party as an Italian island. I'd said to him, don't be Sicily. There you go. I went down. It's not ruining spaghetti bolognese, it's making it taste better. If you mix the chocolate and strawberry milkshake, that is ruining milkshakes. I went down the local supermarket. I said, I want to make a complaint. This vinegar's got lumps in it. He said, those are pickled onions. Dear me. Teenager asks his granddad, have you seen my pills? It's my LSD stash. Never mind your pills, replies the granddad. Have you seen the dragons in the kitchen? I'm not sure about this new deodorant I bought off eBay. It says push from bottom. Oh dear. Somebody bought Stevie Wonder a cheese grater the other day. He said it's the most violent book he's ever read. Fair dues. Right, what time is it? 3 minutes past 9. Yes, burrito with tons of cheese, guacamole, tender pulled pork, gorgeous. Gotta go. Cheers, DBG. Thanks for joining us, Liam. We will talk soon. Yeah, I should probably go in a minute anyway. I need to get to the post office. My post office shuts at 10 p.m. I'm also in the middle of vlogging today, so I need to return to that vlog. In fact, actually, we could do this, couldn't we? We could actually get you all on the vlog. This is well weird now. This is weird. Hello, vlog. You can see me on the YouTube. This is tonight's YouTube. Cheers, thanks, Steel City. This is tonight's YouTube video. So, yeah, say hi, YouTube, to the vlog. We were talking about the benefits of antidepressants. I think the first 30 minutes talked about that. We then moved on to telling jokes, and we spent half an hour telling terrible jokes. There you go. People are saying hello to YouTube for the vlog purpose. No, I didn't, Kellyanne. Shrek is clearly a troll. It's a well-known fact that Shrek is a troll. Yes. So now later, when you watch the vlog, you'll see yourselves pop on it. You're a YouTube star. Okay, so we're going to stop that now. We'll return to the vlog soon. Yes, for those who haven't seen it yet, episode 2 of Come Thrift With Me went live today. I went around the city of Chester. I even remembered to take a picture, a short extract of the city of Chester. So yeah, there's about 15 seconds in there, which is me remembering to film Chester. The rest of it is mostly me talking to the camera. Because let's be honest, I'm better looking in the city of Chester anyway. Shrek, oh no, not fact. Untrue, Chat Doctor. Also, hashtag Team Steve. We should be saying as well. Hashtag, how do I do this now? I don't even know where the structured arms is, so I can't film something I don't know where it is. Have you not watched it? You should have been watching that already. Like Team Steve. There we go. Anyway, right. It is nearly 10 past 9. I need to get to the post office before 10 o'clock. I need to wrap another 4 parcels because I've actually had some orders today and head off. It's next to what charity shop is it next to? I don't know, because obviously if I see a charity shop, that is now more important to me than a pub. Did you see the Chester sign Phil and Caroline have? Yeah, I did, yeah. I did see that. Obviously, Chester is over the border in England and therefore is dead to me. But for sourcing purposes, I was prepared to go over there. No, not bad. My wrapping is awesome. Right, hang on. I'll be back in a minute. We'll put this to the YouTube vote. Hang on. Here is a selection of today's parcels that I've wrapped. Right, that is in a lovely eBay box. Sellotape across, sellotape all round at the bottom. Nothing wrong with that. Apparently that's bad. That's good, that is. No, not quick leave. This in a lovely envelope, well sealed. Nothing on that. And here, board game, brown paper, well wrapped at both ends. As you can see, obviously I went a bit mental with the eBay tape, but that looks brilliant. I think that wrapping is completely fine. The Tat Chat Mentalist Facebook chat, which you're all welcome to join. If you do want to join, let me know and I'll invite you. I'm using the eBay tape because I got like 12 of it for free from eBay packaging. But it's not really free, is it? Because, you know, let's be honest, you know, you pay your eBay shop subscription, you get a £10 voucher. Great. So yeah, that, see, there you go, deal. See, that is the attitude. Yeah, that proper wrapping, that will get to its destination intact in one piece, which is the whole point. There'll be no damage, and it's all well wrapped inside as well, in bubble wrap and newspaper and whatever else. They're not going to get ripped off. They are stuck. That look, right? There is no way you can rip it off. I can't rip it off. Oh, I've ripped it. You can't rip it off. You can rip it apparently, but yeah, they'll be fine. Anyway, as soon as they've scanned them in the Hermes shop, they stop being my problem. As far as I'm concerned, good customer service there. So yeah, if you've not joined the Money Mental support group as well, do by all means join it. I've now got to yeah, not gonna get ripped off. Not gonna get ripped off. To be fair, I've never had a label ripped off, and I've been packaging like that for, you know, as long as I've been sending out parcels. So that's, you know, I don't know, hundreds, thousands of parcels. Let me just see if I can drop a link to the support group as well. All lovely people in it. Also, if there's anyone based, yeah, I'm still getting a label printed at Richard Payne. Yeah, when I've got that, nobody will be able to mock me, apart from the fact that I won't be able to put the labels on straight. I'm in Birmingham tomorrow. If anyone wants to join me for a pint, I finish work about 4 o'clock-ish. So I'll be in the city centre. I've put that all over the internet. No, not one person, apart from Aid. Aid has replied to me, fair dues, to say he lives nowhere near there. No one else has replied. Yeah, George. Yeah, I'm going to get Louise from KLC. He's got a Dymo. Is it Dymo? She's got the Dymo one, the 4XL or whatever it is. And she says that's good, so we're going to get one of those. But I'm going to wait until next tax year because it'll be a nice tax deductible to start the year off with. And I'm getting a GoPro so I can film covertly people, because that won't be illegal at all. You jump on a train there, can't you, Aid? Yeah, Dymo. I'm going for. I'm trying to get. Facebook doesn't work for me. I don't know why, but here we go. I don't know why, but my laptop does not like Facebook anymore. Probably get a new laptop as well. Yeah, maybe I should have it. Ultimately, it'll come down to cost as to whether I go for the Zebra or the Dymo. Yeah, but you get the free labels from the Royal Mail, but I've signed up for Royal Mail OBA account and they've told me to get lost. So there you go. Well, I'm going to get a refurbished GoPro from the GoPro eBay store. So it could be about 100 odd quid. We'll have to see. I want one that's I'm trying to debate between a GoPro Session or just go for a GoPro Hero. I know George has got, we're talking to George Ross about it, he's got a GoPro Hero 7. But I don't think the budget will quite go to that. Yeah, I won't be spending that much money on it, laptop. We might have to talk then, Aid, see how I get the labels, because I've got a click and drop account with him, but they won't let me sign up for a business account. I've emailed them about it, and then they just said, oh, you need this type of account. I said to them, well, my email to you was, how do I get that type of account? So you're not even read what I've sent to you. So then I replied to him to say, yeah, I'm trying to get the account, and I never responded. So I might have to look into it again. Anyway, I better go. But yeah, anyone wants to join me for a pint of burning tomorrow, do so. Yeah, prepay might be a way to go. Mind you, having said that, I put the prices up now, haven't they? On everything. So they're not as competitive. Yeah, clunky. Yeah, I've got it hooked up to me. The other thing is, I've got a click and drop hooked up to me. Skin file. I got me click and drop hooked up to my eBay account, but it never seems to update it to say when it's dispatch stuff. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong there. Anyway, c'est la vie. Right, I'm going to go because it is 9:15 and I want to get my last few parcels wrapped and off. And I'm not eating yet again. And I need to send Aid pictures of my dinner to show him what a wonderful thing I've had. Yeah, true. Yeah, so yeah, it's cheaper, isn't it? That water, but I pick it up. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining in. Yeah, next week will be the benefits of exercise, and then we'll probably just tell more jokes, and I'll run out of the ability to speak. So bye all. Thanks for joining. Take care, and I'll speak to you all soon. And I will try and even remember how to end the chat. There we go. End stream. Yes. Why is it? It says not.